So for those of you, can you hear me in the back? Can you hear me in the back? Are we good? Okay. I can lean down closer, but you can hear me, right? Okay, good. For those who don't know who I am, I'm Dale Bradley, and I'm your, you can't hear? Yeah. How about that? Ooh. Okay, we'll do that. Again, I'm Dale Bradley. I'm the president of your Chamber of Commerce for 2018, and I'm here to welcome you. So welcome. And how's everybody's day going so far? That was weak. That was very weak. How about, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to say, how's everybody's day going? And then you're going to say, it's going great, Dale. You ready? Okay, so let's start over. Hey, welcome to the mayor's speech today. How's everybody doing? Thank you. I just love hearing the word great and Dale in the same sentence. First of all, I'd like to thank Linda Larkin and Angela Blunden for putting this together. Linda Larkin's our new executive director. I don't know how many years now we can say that, because it's been a year. But she's done a marvelous job directing the Chamber of Commerce. We had a fantastic year last year. And we did, and I want to thank John Miskovic. He's standing right there. He's the general manager here at the Holiday Inn. So how about a round of applause? I know that Linda called John and said, how many can we seat comfortably in your ballroom? And he said 240 people. So we asked, how many can we seat uncomfortably? So that's how we arrived at 300. But only at Evanston can you get away with that, because we all love Evanston. The great majority of us are Evanstonians, and we love each other. Is that not true? So we can sit together uncomfortably. Also, I'm on a timer again, because as the president, I tend to go off script, which I guess is very presidential these days. What if it's not? Anyway. I did want to thank North Shore University Health Systems. Without our sponsor, we can't have this happen. So how about a round of applause for them? I just thought I'd say a couple of words about my friend Steve Haggerty. I'll tread lightly here. Steve, when were you the president of the Chamber of Commerce? 8 years ago, or was it 9?
Probably like 2009 or so.
So about 9 years ago, Steve was the president of the Chamber of Commerce. And you may not know this, but back then, the Chamber of Commerce was running in a deficit. And that's not good. You can't have that. So when Steve took over as president, him and his very fine board came up with this novel idea called the mashup. And back then, it was like, let's get a couple hundred people. Yeah, a round of applause for the mashup, absolutely. And the idea was maybe we can get a couple dozen people from the city, a couple dozen people from Northwestern, a couple dozen people from the business community, and we'll have a little something by the lake. And that's grown to 800 and some people, and thanks to Northwestern University, under a lovely tent. It's one of the finest events that we are participating in as the Chamber. So it's under his leadership that all happened. And since then, the Chamber has never run in the red again. It runs in the black. And it's good, because I wouldn't want to be the president that had to take us out of a deficit situation. That sounds like hard work to me. But that's what Steve's all about, is getting things done. What Steve doesn't know is that I'm following his footsteps. So in either 3 years or 7, once Steve has completely fixed everything in Evanston, and the job becomes particularly easy, I plan on running for mayor. See, the idea is whatever Steve does, I'm going to do. And Steve's probably noticed this. We were at the brand new Target store grand opening the other day. And I walked up to Steve, I said, nice sport coat. I had on the same sport coat. I saw him wear it a couple of months earlier. I ran out and bought a duplicate. I come to city council meetings. I have nothing to do there. I just take notes on what Steve's doing. So I'm going to be like Steve. I'll never run against Steve because I'm not even half as intelligent, half as passionate, or even half as qualified. But when I do run, I have to hope that the other candidates are about half as qualified and half as talented. And I'd still be a long shot in the race. So there, I've announced my candidacy for mayor. Yeah, that was a thunderous round of applause there. There's an indication of how well that's. Let's not start financing that yet. But I am very excited to be the president of the chamber. And 2017 really was a transitional year for the Chamber of Commerce because we brought Linda Larkin in. And I'm very happy to say that in 2017, not only did we come in the black, but all of our events were sellouts, or practically. The Evanston Women in Business is practically a sellout every single month. Our business after hours sold out. And I hope you take this the right way, but you're a sellout, Steve. I meant, because the room, it's enough political humor, I take it. But I do want to say that your Chamber of Commerce has never been in a better position. And I thank all of the members that are here today. And those who are not members, I'd ask you to maybe attend one of our events. The rule at the Chamber of Commerce is come to a Evanston Women in Business luncheon or come to a business after hours as a non-chamber member. We welcome you with open arms. And if you kind of like the vibe and the people, why, we'd ask you to consider joining. With that, I only have one official thing to do now that I've taken 6 minutes. I'd like the board, the chamber board, to please stand, and we'll round of applause for them after everyone's standing. So, past President Jim Schermerhorn, if you could stand. President-elect Monique Jones. Vice President Angela Valavadas. Muhammad Ali. Brian Brown. Dan Bulf. Sandy Chen. Paula Danoff. Nikki Fernandez. Paul Fischel. Reuben Howard. Kenneth Jones. James Conrad. Jackie Mack. Jim Pipa. And Dave Stump. Please stand up. We have a fabulous board, and I'm so looking forward to all the different events that we're having. This is an indication of how strong the Chamber of Commerce is, and of course, how much we can't wait to hear from Steve Haggerty. I do want to introduce Gabrielle Cummings. She is the Senior Vice President, Evanston Hospital, North Shore University Health Systems, and she will do the introduction of our mayor. And thanks again, everybody, for coming.
Good afternoon. How's everyone doing this afternoon? Doing well? Good, good. Great, Gabrielle. Kind of rolls off the tongue, right? Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Gabrielle Cummings and I am Senior Vice President of Evanston Hospital. I'm proud to be here on behalf of North Shore University Health System, serving as an event sponsor for the 9th year. We want to thank the Chamber Board of Directors, the Chamber Executive Director Linda Larkin, and her phenomenal team for organizing today's event. We also want to recognize and thank the many organizations represented today that partner with Evanston Hospital to improve the health of our community. As the second largest employer in Evanston with nearly 4,000 employees and approximately 800 employees residing in this community, Evanston Hospital welcomes and embraces the critical role of contributing to the civic and economic vitality of Evanston, including being a chamber member. As chamber members, we are all here to celebrate the Chamber's leadership in contributing to the community and in promoting local businesses. One of the primary advocates and proponents of the Chamber, the community and local businesses, is our mayor, Steve Haggerty. Let's welcome Mayor Haggerty as he gives his first State of the City address.
All right. let's see, I know we've got a little music playing in the background. All right, that's not a bad thing for a State of the City address. I also know that they're actually looking to see if they can fix that, okay? So we'll let folks be aware of that. First, I gotta say, Dale, love the comedy routine. Where are you, Dale? That was a terrific comedy routine. All right, and Gabrielle is modest, so I want to announce some positive news with Gabrielle. Gabrielle is the Senior Vice President here at Evanston Hospital for just a short time longer before she becomes the President of Highland Park Hospital. So that's worth celebrating. I have sat where all of you are sitting for probably 10 years and heard States of the City address, and I just want to say it's really nice to be standing. I also want to thank everyone for being here because, we planned this event, 3 months ago. And luckily the chamber sort of locked you down on your tickets because unbeknownst to me until literally just a couple days ago, Joe Biden decided to come to Evanston and speak today, the same day that I'm giving this speech. And then as if that's not bad enough, Chelsea Clinton is now speaking to thousands of Evanston students right here in Evanston. So I appreciate that you guys all decided to come to the mayor's State of the City address and not go see the former vice president or Chelsea Clinton. Before we begin, I do want to thank my wife Lisa, because the reality is I would not be the mayor of the finest urban ring city in America without Lisa's support. So thank you. Thank you, Lisa, for letting me be here. By the way, she didn't know that Joe Biden and Chelsea Clinton were speaking today. I want to thank the Evanston Chamber of Commerce and the Holiday Inn for hosting us today in this beautiful renovated space. We all make investments in Evanston of our time and of our money, and they've made a considerable investment upgrading this hotel. So it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you to the Holiday Inn. For the first time ever, the State of the City is going to be a zero waste event. That means all of your leftovers. This is great. All of your leftovers. I don't know if there are any, but all of your leftovers will be composted and directed from the landfill and diverted from the landfill. And I want to thank Earlene Howard and Collective Resources for making that happen. I also want to thank our incredibly talented and dedicated City Council for being here and guiding our city on so many important issues this past year. I know a few of them couldn't make it today. They're probably at that Biden event. Still, let's give them all one clap. We got a lot of clapping to do, so we're going to do one clap, okay? So how many of you guys have been to a Jan Schakowsky event before? Raise your hand. It's got to be. Okay, so we know the Jan Schakowsky because it's a brilliant thing. So we're going to do one clap after each name that I give, and we're going to do this quick. First ward alderman, Judy Fisk. Second ward alderman, Peter Braithwaite. Third ward alderman, Melissa Wynn. Fourth ward alderman, Don Wilson. Fifth ward alderman, Robin Rue Simmons. Sixth ward alderman, Tom Suffredin in the corner. Seventh ward alderman, Eleanor Revelle. Eighth ward alderman, Ann Rainey. And ninth ward alderman, Cicely Fleming. Well done, everyone. Well done. I also want to acknowledge our city clerk, Devon Reed. Let's give him a clap. And don't forget that early voting is now underway at the Evanston Civic Center through Monday, March 19th. Thank you to our Cook County Commissioner, Larry Suffredin, who's a wonderful partner of the city. That's worth a clap. Evanston is fortunate to be represented in our state government by some of the most dedicated public servants who share our community's values. Let's give a clap for State Representative Laura Fine, could potentially be State Senator, Representative Robin Gable, Representative Kelly Cassidy, Senator Heather Staines, and Senator Daniel Biss. Thank you all for representing Evanston's best interests in Springfield. That was an honest mistake. I also want to thank those who represent us in Washington, D.C. Jan Schakowsky, All right, and thank you for the clap idea, Jan. Dick Durbin, Senator Tammy Duckworth, and Tammy will soon be the first United States Senator to ever give birth as an active senator. That's worth a clap. All right, let's make sure we got that right. She is represented here today. She is represented here today by Caitlin Fahey. Caitlin, could you stand up so folks see you? Caitlin is Tammy's chief of staff, and not only that, and this is going to be worth a clap, she lives in Evanston. All right. Morton Shapiro is here. Let's give Morty a clap. As many of you know, Morty is the president of Northwestern University. He also owns more purple sweaters than all of us combined. And what's amazing about that is that was written into my speech, and I didn't even know if he was going to wear a purple sweater here today. Looking good. Looking good, Morty. Looking good. Thank you for all the amazing work that Northwestern does here in our fine town. Thank you all to the superintendents, Paul Gorin. Give a clap there. Eric Witherspoon, and our District 65 and District 202 school board members. Let's give a big clap for all these dedicated services who have our kids' best interests at heart. All right. And Eric, I don't know if I saw Eric here. I promise I'm not gunning for your job. This tie covers lots and lots of constituencies in this room, including those that went to Syracuse University, right, Wally Bobkowitz? All right, how about also a big clap for Candace Chow, who is a District 65 board member, but also running for Laura Fine's 17th District. Let's give a clap for Candace. Evanston's first responders are here. Police Chief Richard Eddington over there in the corner, Fire Chief Brian Scott, and Retired Chief Greg Kleiber. Let's give them a clap. You already did. All right, thanks for serving our community, you guys. All right, Evanston has an incredible library system to improve the literacy in our community. Thank you to our library director, Karen Danzig-Lyons, is back there. And finally, thank you to our amazing city staff, including our city manager, Wally Bobkowitz. I love this, guys. I don't have to tell you to clap anymore, for providing the outstanding services we count on in Evanston. Now that I've acknowledged practically half this room, let's give a big clap for everyone else in this room. The fact is that this city is your city. Everyone in this room is a contributor. Everyone in this room owns Evanston. And when you feel that sense of ownership, it means problems are yours as well as opportunities. Let me give just one simple example to illustrate my point. With the exception of new parents, most of us don't think that much about baby wipes. You heard me? Baby wipes. There's someone in this room, however, that does. Sophia Lindsay, a 6th grader at King Arts. Sophia, why don't you stand? She's sitting right up here with all the former mayors and President Shapiro. Sophia is the artist that created this really scary flyer that is on all of your desks, okay? Or all of your chairs. We're going to come back to this flyer in a second here. I met Sophia and her entire class at the Civic Center in November, where they presented their science projects to Dave Stonebeck, Kumar Jensen, and the city sustainability coordinator and I. These kids were talented, they were smart, and they were genuinely concerned about water and waste in our community. They were also adamant that baby wipes should never go in the toilet. And so one of the presentations was by Sophia, and it was this poster, this flyer that you see. If you just take a look at it, this is scary. Attention, new parents, don't flush baby wipes. Baby wipes don't break down, they clog the pipes. Do Evanston a favor, don't flush those wipes. Baby wipes may also clog the pipes beneath your house. This may force you to tear up your floors. You don't want to do that, do you? Thank you, Sophia. We don't have baby wipes in my house anymore, but I'm really concerned that I may have put a couple down the toilet. So I'm really concerned. The thing is, it's an important message that Sophia had, and it needed to be heard beyond the Paracel room. That's why I'm proud to report today that flyer that not only sits on these tables, but more importantly will go in the Go kits that Evanston Hospital and St. Francis Hospital send home with new parents. share this story because it demonstrates that each of us, whether we're a kid or a hospital administrator or even a mayor, can make a small difference in our community by acting together. All right, let's give one more big clap for Sophia, and her mom Priscilla is with us today. Thank you, Sophia, for reminding us of the difference each of us can make when we apply our talents and take initiative and partner together around this community. So now I'd like to talk about our collective achievements and our opportunities moving forward. If you get bored as we get through all the good stuff that's going on in Evanston, there's still a little music for you guys, or somebody else talking in the background. I am happy to report that the state of our city is strong. Our jobless rate is down to 3.8%. More than 80 new businesses opened their doors in our city last year, including not one, but 2 poke restaurants. We're taking action on important issues like climate change, immigration, social justice, and affordable housing. And just today, Evanston was officially recertified as a 4-star community by the Star Community Rating System. It's a big deal. We're the first community in the nation to be recertified at that level. If you're unfamiliar with STAR, it's like winning a gold medal in the Olympics in the most difficult event, like the half pipe, okay, for snowboarding, for sustainable city and county governments. We've done it not once here in Evanston, but twice. You could say we are the Shaun White of the STAR Community Rating System. That makes it a little sexier. All right, and one of the best barometers of our health is that people want to be here. Evanston was named a top 100 city to live in the nation by livability.com, and number 1 in Illinois. Take that, Chicago. Number 1 right here in Evanston. Downtown Evanston is one of the top coolest downtowns according to Expedia. It'll soon be even cooler, literally on a hot summer day, cooler, once Fountain Square renovation is complete. USA Today ranked Evanston as a top 5 place to retire, and we continue to make our city age-friendly. Redfin listed Evanston 10th on its list of neighborhoods that have it all. And of course, most importantly, we have the best barbecue sauce in America, thanks to Hecky Powell. I'm not sure how official any of these ratings really are, but the fact is people are taking notice of our city. They want to live here, they want to eat, drink, and be entertained here. They want to visit our beautiful lakefront, our world-class university, and our museums, and they want to try Hecky's sauce. As a city, our challenge is to create that momentum, or continue that momentum going forward, to keep looking for opportunities to build our city's future while preserving the values and the identity that make Evanston unique. It's a delicate balance, but the future of our city depends on it. Our work on climate change is the perfect example. Evanston has long been a leader on the environmental issues, but we have to keep building on progress to remain one. This December, I joined the mayors of Paris, Chicago, Mexico City, Vancouver, and other major cities at the Global Covenant of Mayors North American Climate Summit. Think about that. Paris, Chicago, Mexico City, Vancouver, and Evanston. Wow. We don't have nearly the same resources as those cities, but it doesn't stop us from leading. Evanston is a city that boxes way above its weight. We don't back down from the big issues facing our community and our world. And we continue to make progress. As a community, we've reduced emissions in this city by almost 20% relative to 2005 levels. That's worth a clap. And we've pledged to even do better, setting the bar at 20% reduction by 2025 in accordance with the Paris Climate Accord. In June, our City Council approved a 3-year contract for 100% renewable energy for all Evanston households and small businesses who'd like to participate. That's in line with my commitment to the Sierra Club's for 100% energy campaign. We formed a new climate action resilience plan working group, also known as CARP. It's a lot better name than had we named it the Climate Resiliency Action Plan Group. Would have been much less savory acronym. But we're government, so we have to have acronyms. So the CARP group, of which there are members here, are doing a tremendous job working on that plan. It'll be our 3rd iteration of a climate action plan. where protecting our environment is key here in preserving the future of our beloved Evanston. Our future also depends on having a balanced budget. Despite challenges, we have a balanced budget for 2018. In December, our City Council approved a $335 million budget, closing a $6 million budget shortfall. It wasn't easy. It meant hard choices affecting both staff and operations. It meant shared sacrifice from everyone, including our labor unions. It's no secret that our city budget and our state budget will continue to be challenged in the years to come. Later this month, we'll begin our 2019 budget discussion in order to meet those challenges. That's about 6 months earlier than when we normally begin to talk about the budget. If we want to remain a diverse community and be able to take advantage of the opportunities that exist, we'll have to make hard choices and accept sacrifices. But the good news is our local economy is strong. Evanston is a desirable place to live and work, and businesses want to invest here despite our challenges. One of the reasons the road ahead is positive is in your glasses. In fact, let's all raise our glasses to Dave Stoneback. I'm supposed to have a glass up here to raise my glass. All right. Dave is our Public Works Director, and he literally gets excited every time we drink water. All right? So I want everybody to drink some water because Dave's going to get pretty excited about that because he wants me to make sure to tell you guys, not only is drinking 8 glasses of water, a half a gallon, good for your body, it's good for Evanston. So drink up. Our friends in Niles and Morton Grove will soon be drinking Evanston water. Thank you to Dave and to our city attorney Grant Farrar and to our city manager. By the end of this year and continuing for the next 40 years, Evanston will be selling water to Niles and Morton Grove. That's a big deal. That's worth a clap, definitely. What that means is it means an estimated $800,000 in additional revenue in 2019, rising to $1.4 million in 2020 and beyond. It's a huge win for Evanston, it's an investment in our future, and it's great news for Niles and Morton Grove too. And speaking of great news, this fall I met with Morty Shapiro to discuss Northwestern's third straight $1 million contribution to the Good Neighbor Fund. Thank you again, Northwestern. 45% of that money this year will go towards improving our city facilities and infrastructure, including interior renovations to Fleetwood Jourdain, our second most used community center, and replacing the basketball court at Harbert Park. 22% or $220,000 of that money will go to support Evanston Fire Department's paramedic services so that their quick response can continue to save lives. And finally, 33% or $330,000 will support Evanston Youth and Social Services, including a full-time social worker at the library, 2 full-time outreach workers at our Youth and Young Adult Division, and support for existing job training programs. We can't underestimate the value of jobs for our young people. Jobs provide experience, jobs provide confidence, jobs provide a start. And as many students reminded me at last week's job fair, they put money in your pocket. As mayor, there are times when I miss the simple days of riding my bike as a 9-year-old Attleboro Sun-Chronicle paperboy. But that job was a stepping stone to the next job and the next opportunity. On Saturday, we held the 26th annual Mayor's Summer Youth Job Fair at ETHS. More than 40 employers participated, offering more than 1,000 jobs. I think it's time for another clap, and this time for Mayor Elizabeth Tisdale, whose leadership helped make that job fair the incredible success it is today. That was a big one, Liz. They didn't just go with the one clap. I mean, there were about 20 claps there. But our work is more than just providing jobs. It's about building careers and building futures. Last Thursday, thanks to city and school leadership and community leaders like Neil Gambo, the city partnered with ETHS, Oakton Community College, which is here tonight, Rotary International, to host a career options night, introducing students and adults to careers in advanced manufacturing and in other areas. We've also partnered, let's go ahead and clap, I agree. We've also partnered with ETHS on a new water distribution operator and training program giving 2 students a jump start on fantastic careers. Thanks to Bureau Chief Daryl King for leading that charge. Let's give Daryl one clap. And kids, if you stick to the water business, you too can have a lakefront office, just like Daryl. He's the only person in all of Evanston, the mayor doesn't even have this, that has a view of the lake from his office. It's a pretty sweet perk there, Daryl. Just next door to the water plant, Northwestern has hired 18 residents to full-time positions as part of the Skilled Trades program, generating nearly $750,000 in wages. Thank you, John D'Angelo and Northwestern for leading that effort. All right, you guys. The Evanston Work Ethic Program, led by Hecky Powell and Nancy Baker, is providing mentoring and training to students pursuing vocational and technical careers. Our partnership with the Youth Job Center has provided job training to more than 100 community members in the last 5 years, with nearly 80% finding employment, and the list goes on. The Moran Center, Cradle to Career, Kurt's Cafe, the National Able Network, Northwestern, ETHS, Oakton Community College. There are so many organizations working to support our young people. In turn, the future of our city. Now the time has come to bring those efforts together under one roof. That's why today I'm proud to announce the launch of Elevate Evanston, a citywide initiative uniting our community's efforts to connect individuals with employment opportunities, job training, and career education. If you're looking for a job, visit elevateevanston.org and browse the many, many resources and opportunities throughout this community. If you're a business owner, an organization who'd like to join this mission, visit the website and let us know how you can help. Young people are our future. We need to work hard to provide them and all residents with pathways to success. And thanks to our collective efforts, including those of our police department, our community remains safe. The number of people shot, yeah, it's worth a clap. We have a safe community. All right, it doesn't mean that bad things don't happen in Evanston. We all know they do, and we're working hard to try and address those. But it's important that we call out and recognize how things are going in the public safety environment here. The number of people shot in Evanston dropped from 16 in 2016 to 3 in 2017. That's good. Understandably, that's still 3 too many. Our police department took 38 guns off the street last year. Violent crime is down, and that's not a coincidence. Still, we lost a young man, Yaquiz Sumar, 20 years old recently, to gun violence. The state's attorney has charged 2 young men with first-degree murder. Families are hurting, lives are forever changed, and so many people and organizations in this community who are working hard to curb violence and the underlying root causes are frustrated. We must continue the comprehensive efforts we are taking towards youth development, public safety, and helping each child in this community grow to lead a healthy, happy, and productive life. While violent crime is down, property crime like theft is up. Our police department constantly reminds me, and I think it's worth repeating, lock your doors and windows. Crimes of convenience are a little too convenient. All right, it's that simple that a lot of those types of crimes are because we've left doors open. After a successful pilot program this January, the police department rolled out its body camera program. Every Evanston police officer in the field now wears a body camera, and the Northwestern Police Department are doing the same. In fact, I'm wearing a camera right now. Can't see it, it's a really tiny one, and I'm going to review the tape after to see who's laughed at my jokes and who applauded. All right, so you're all being taped. There really is a camera back there, all right? The chief wouldn't let me wear one of their body cameras, which is what I really wanted to do. Body cameras are another tool, and not the only tool, but another tool to improve the transparency and the accountability and the trust we all need to have in government. Our Citizen Police Complaint Assessment Committee, which we still need a better name for, is also helping to do that. Our Alternative to Arrest Committee is drafting policies that offer alternatives to arrest for non-violent misdemeanor crimes. For too many young people, one mistake prevents them from getting that first job, from getting that first scholarship, or that first opportunity to succeed. For all youth, potential is unlimited, but opportunity is not. Our job in Evanston is to close the gap between potential and opportunity. And that's why the work of our Equity and Empowerment Commission is so important. The commission held its very first meeting this past January. Thank you to Dr. Patricia Effiam and the Equity and Empowerment Commission, of which we have many members, for embarking on this critical and important mission. We really are on our way to becoming a leader in the country in terms of equity. In October, I was proud to sign an updated welcoming city ordinance, which was approved unanimously by our Evanston City Council. It provides that all residents and visitors be treated with respect and dignity and due process, regardless of their immigration status. Here in Evanston, we stand up for and with our neighbors. So we welcome all people, but keeping Evanston affordable continues to be a challenge. However, it is one that our city is attempting to address. As a city, we need to be intentional and work hard to maintain our socioeconomic diversity. It's why many of us choose to live here, and it's one of the characteristics that makes this a special place. As a result of the projects in 2016 and 2017, we'll see 23 new affordable housing units and $2.4 million added to the Affordable Housing Fund in the coming years. This year, we'll continue to explore ways to expand affordable housing options to address the needs of low, moderate, and middle-income households in our community. I look forward to reporting back at next year's State of the City address on the strategies that our City Council adopts. A big part of the reason we struggle with affordability is that Evanston is a desirable place to live. And desirable cities need great community gathering places. That's why our City Council is committed to building a new Robert Crown Community Center and Library. That's definitely worth the clap. I like that you guys did multiple claps for that. We're on track to break ground for the new Robert Crown Center this summer, with completion of the building targeted for the fall of 2019 and completion of the playing fields by the spring of 2020. Can you say fast track? It's really been in the works for many, many years, but we're finally to the point where a shovel's about to hit the ground. And the reason for that, in big part, is due to the Friends of Crown and all who've donated to this effort. They've really turned a dream into a reality. Friends of Crown has raised $11 million so far in philanthropy out of this community. Many people in this room have participated in that, so thank you. They've raised their fundraising goal to $15 million. Okay, so we're all going to have to lighten our pockets a little more. But those funds will cover roughly a third of the costs of the center, taking the burden off of the taxpayers and frankly making this project a possibility. When complete, the new Robert Crown Center is going to be a great place for residents and a magnet for our community. Who knows? It might even produce the next Olympian. But a new Robert Crown Center does cost money. In fact, all the things we love about Evanston, our great schools, our public transportation, our parks, our human services, they all come with a price tag. And as we know, our property taxes, which the city receives about 20% of, are already high. That's why economic development is so important. Attracting new businesses, employers, visitors, and residents pays for a lot of the things that we love. It increases our tax base without increasing our taxes. It's a vehicle to have the diverse, vibrant city we want to have. That's why I smile every time I see Evanston making positive headlines, like being named one of America's best suburbs for people who like to eat, which apparently is all of you. I think that I smile when I hear that 82 new businesses opened their doors last year, including North Shore Cidery on Howard Street and Beer on Central Street. Apparently, Evanston likes a beverage or two. Our smallest food truck, Amanasir Tacos, opened a brick and mortar store on Main Street. Pet owners, that's good. If you haven't been there, you're going to try that. Our pet owners not only have one, but now two pet supply companies to go to keep their animals happy. The beautiful new Halim Time and Glass Museum opened on Oak Avenue a few months ago. There's a new Mexican restaurant in town, Ovo Frito Cafe, that's really becoming a go-to place for breakfast. If you want a little time with the mayor, about once a week, you can find me at breakfast at Ovo Frito. And there's plenty of more excitement, plenty more coming in 2018. Vinnie's is looking to open a new store on Chicago Avenue, the former Whole Foods space. Apparently they too got the memo that Evanstonians enjoy a beverage or two. Target is celebrating the grand opening of a new small format store in Sherman Plaza this Sunday, giving us another convenient place to shop. They also hired students from ETHS and Northwestern. Thank you, Target, for elevating Evanston. And there's a little secret, you guys. While the grand opening is Sunday, it's actually open right now. You could leave this event after I finish the speech, and you can go to Target. I'm telling you, it's going to be huge, huge. Evanston coffee drinkers, I know you're excited. Collectivo, a Milwaukee coffee company, is opening its first Evanston location at Sherman and Church, just down the block from Target in the old Radio Shack. I walk past that space every day, and even though I'm not a coffee drinker, I'm excited to see those ugly white panels go away. We should all look for opportunities to beautify our city. Our Howard Street Renaissance continues. Cafe Coralie opened last month in the old police department outpost. You'd never know that that was the old police outpost. It's spectacular. As Alderman Rainey said, we're trading crime for croissants. Let's give a clap for our most senior and witty alderman, Alderman Rainey. Good to go, good to go. We'll be serving Jamaican cuisine on our side of the Evanston-Chicago border. Likewise, Theo Ubukwe. Oh boy, we went through this in rehearsals too, and it was just like that, you guys. This is a great dinner theater that's coming to Howard Street. Theo Ubukwe. Oh no. All right, let's have the audience try that one. Alderman Rainey. Ubukwe, Theo Ubukwe. And there was a little back music playing in the background when you said that. I like that, Alderman Rainey. All these businesses are great amenities for residents while bringing others to our community to eat and drink and shop and be entertained and spend money. Fountain Square is another one of those amenities. We've already seen the beautiful new South Plaza being used, and it's not even summer yet. What was once an underutilized space has now been activated, creating a better experience for everyone. And to those businesses that are in the downtown area, thank you for your patience. I know this construction has not been joyful or a profitable experience to live through. I promise when this new Fountain Square is there, though, the profits are going to go up. People are going to want to hang out. People are going to want to have lunch down there. Annie Coakley and downtown Evanston are going to activate that space. It's going to be a wonderful community gathering place. Ground just broke at 831 Emerson Street, eventually bringing up to 350 new residents to our city, 100 construction jobs and 6 permanent jobs. That will increase the property taxes generated by that property by almost $1 million a year, of which 2/3 of that will go to our school system. And we continue to be a work in progress. There are several new projects going through the city's rigorous review process, including the city-owned parking lot at 1714 Chicago Avenue, aka the library parking lot. We use 1714 Chicago Avenue thinking that people will be less upset to lose the library parking lot, but it is the library parking lot, and there is an opportunity there for our city. And again, as I said at the beginning, and I will say at the end, we do have to keep our eyes open for opportunities if we want to have the city that we all aspire to have. Northlight Theater wants to come back to Evanston, and I'd like to bring them back. Some of you may remember that Northlight got its start in 1974 as the Evanston Theater Company. But for the last 20 years, they've been performing great shows in Skokie, attracting more than 50,000 people each season. Wouldn't it be nice if those 50,000 people were dining in Evanston before and after productions, adding vibrancy to our downtown and spending their money here? We want Northlight back. I want Northlight back, but we have a long way to go. Our community will have to accept change to bring them back, and sacrifices will have to be made by all of us. 2018 is a big year for Evanston, and not just because our beloved former mayor, Lorraine Morton, has a big birthday coming up this year. Let's give a clap for Lorraine Morgan, who is with us. I didn't give away your age, Mayor Morton. It's also a big year because it's filled with opportunities and potential. First Bank and Trust saw opportunity in our community 23 years ago when it was started by Evanston residents, including another great mayor, Jay Lytle. Jay, proving what a smart mayor he was, spends March in Florida. So he is not with us today. But today, Evanston First Bank and Trust has more than $1 billion in assets and is set to be acquired for $169 million. That's real value that was created right here in our community by our community. We too can create value. That's worth a clap. That is an impressive accomplishment. For all the entrepreneurs and the business owners in this audience, it's not easy creating and building something. We too can create value in our city, but we have to keep our eyes open for opportunities. We have to be open to change. We have to be willing to fight for the city that we want. And if we want more visitors spending money in our community, we need to build new amenities and attract cultural institutions. If our city budget is challenged, we have to be open to expanding our tax base through new smart development. If we have a resource like fresh, clean water, we need to find more communities who want to buy it. If our students aren't meeting their potential, we need to provide opportunities to elevate them. If facilities aren't meeting our needs, we need to re-envision, collaborate, and invest in new ones. And if we want social justice and environmental progress, we must all stand up and take action. If we want entrepreneurs to grow and start small businesses in Evanston, we must make it easy to do business here. Redfin was right. Evanston does have it all. But if we want our city to remain the attractive, vibrant, special place that it is, if we want to live up to our potential, we can't stop looking for opportunities. It doesn't matter if you're a sixth grader like Sophia, working on a science project, a 70-year-old selling a bank, or a city government building a new public facility. There are opportunities everywhere in this community, and we need to seize them. If we can do that, the state of our city will remain strong, not only in 2018, but for many, many years to come. Thank you. If you would like, I'm happy to take questions if people would like. If you want to do that, it's up to you.
What do you think?
I mean, if we have time and you would too, I'm happy to.
Does anybody have any questions they might like to ask? Or are we going to run back to our parking meters? Which is it? Turn that music up. Okay. Oh, turn the music up? Yeah, let me turn the music up. I think we'll let you get out of here. Thank you, Mayor Haggerty. That was fantastic. And thank you very much for all attending. The folks at the Holiday Inn have tried everything. They have no idea where this music's coming from. It's not their system. But another round of applause for the Holiday Inn. It's really a nice venue. Only one other thing to announce. Our next major event will be a legislative breakfast on May 4th at 7 a.m. Many of the state legislators will be there. Our friend Larry Suffredin will be there. That's at 7 a.m. at Rotary International. And again, thank you for supporting the Chamber of Commerce. And have a great rest. What kind of day are we going to have? A great one. All right.